Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, In the Time of Their Trouble. I'm not going to make this too long, but I'll title this one, In the Time of Their Trouble. You see, Jake continues to rebel. You know, I just had, I think the other day or so, I think she was a Judite, come on the comment board, and, damn you, and, scoff and mock. And that sparked a lesson, and Jake just don't get it. You also have these pastors of Jake, these Sunday church service Christian, so-called Christian, Jake pastors, and they're not feeding the flock. They're not feeding the flock. They continue to keep teaching on prosperity, and then they want to talk down on their heritage. They don't believe in the Hebrew Israelite. They don't believe that they're Hebrew Israelites. They believe that the Lord just loves everybody, and the rapture, and all that nonsense. Continue to eating pork, eating all the abominable foods. The Jake kids, the teenagers, they're just far gone. Jake teenager kids walking around pants sagging to their ankles, smoking weed and popping pills and, trying to party, trying to have sex with all the females, whether the woman got a man or not. You could take a Jake teenager that's 17, 18 years old, and he can meet a girl, and the girl got a man. She could be 18, 19, somewhere around there, and the girl got a man. The Jake teen still gonna go ahead and try to press up and try to have sex with that girl. Then you sit up and you try to tell the kids and these teenager Jake kids, about thus said the Lord, and they ignore you. They turn their head to it. They're not interested in this. And then you also have those loud talking, back talking women, Jake women, and then the men of Israel, the Jake men, they're disrespectful. They're just blatantly disrespectful. The men. They'll disrespect you and your whole family. Jake will. The men. Jake women, especially the Negro woman, they don't like the men of Israel. They totally go against them. They're doing all manner of wickedness, just like Jada Pickett and what's the you got the Cardi B's and the Megan Stallions. That they're just all manner of wickedness at this point. And this is what you have, the little Jakes looking up to them, and they follow right behind them. But, the time is coming. We're in a time of trouble. Trouble is knocking at the door. And who's bringing this trouble? YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. Jake just refuses to listen. They're still getting warned. You're getting warned about the famine, the pestilence, disease, the crime, everything that's coming. Everything that's finna come down the pike. You've been overly warned, and Jake continues to still want to go to, Mexico and Cancun and, go on these boat trips, and they want to live it up and party. I see the school is out. You got these graduation parties, you got graduation celebrations. People are just eager to party, to have a good time. And this isn't the time that we're in right now. We're not in that time. And the Lord is telling you in this book. But do they want to hear this word? No. It's summertime. It's hot. The swimming pools is back up. You got monkeypox going around right now. And people want to hop their ass inside that pool. They talking about this monkeypox going on, whether it is or not, but you want to hop. They want to go to the pool, the beaches. They're just not paying attention. They're not, they ain't worried about that. They ain't worried about that. But the Lord is telling you too, ultimately. But Jake don't want to listen to this. So, in the time of their trouble, it's going to become a problem. So we're going to go to Jeremiah 16. And you also, you have these Jake celebrities. These Jake businessmen. Jake that's in, got some type of, to try to help out the ministry or to try to push the word. They're not going to do it. The celebrities going to get it too. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 16. I'm not going to make this too long. In the time of their trouble. Because there's trouble coming. It's so much trouble that you can't even, it's beyond your comprehension. We're going to go to Jeremiah 16. What was that? Oh, okay. We're going to go to Jeremiah 16 and 5. Jeremiah 16 and 5, and it reads, "For thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to the lament, nor bemoan them." The Lord is saying, don't mourn for these people, because the time of trouble is coming. It's just consistent. It's gonna be so much death. It's gonna be death from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. The Lord said, neither enter into the house of the mourning, neither go to lament, nor bemoan them. For I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies. And in this time of trouble that's coming, you want mercy. The crime level is ramping up. I just seen the other day they were talking about it's 300 and what was it, 330 something, mass shootings since this year in America. I think it was 333 mass shootings since January in America. You see, And they just had that with them, with the northern tribe and southern tribe in Buffalo and down there in Texas. But 333 um, mass shootings that have been in America since January. And how many Jakes have been killed? And even if it is Jake on Jake, or just the mass shootings or shootings, where more than one person gets killed. Jake is in there. But this is what the Lord is saying. He's not, he's taking his peace from this people. He's only dealing with the elect of Israel. You 2/3 are going to continue to get knocked down one by one. Or however the Lord want to do you. 10. Take 10 out. Take 21 out. It's the numbers are going to increase. Because it tells you too, 1,000 at one side and 10,000 at the other. You ever seen 10,000 people get put to death? 6. Both the great, the great, your celebrities, your top entertainers and businessmen and people that are that are partakers in Esau's kingdom, in those government official type um, positions. I just seen earlier from the elder from the Las Vegas camp. He put up, he got the Patriots, these ex-Marines, it looked like, of America, and they're basically saying that it's going down. They're going to attack the government of America because enough is enough. They're gonna try to take their guns away, and But then one of the Edomites on that little film that he showed was saying, the Marine dude was saying, we're not gonna try to take out our brown or black neighbors. We're not doing the racist thing, but we're coming after you government officials, and you Jakes are in there. There's a lot of Jakes that's in bootlickers and that's in that coons that's in that government top job. That's why the Lord said both great and the small shall die in this land. What land? This land, Babylon, America. In this land, it said both great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. You see, in this time, Jeremiah, dealing with Jerusalem, because Jerusalem got besieged by Nebuchadnezzar. But in this time, it's the same thing. This place is going to be, Jerusalem is a people before a place. But you Jakes are going to be besieged, 2/3 of you. And the Lord said, he said, both the great and the small. So all your top, government officials and celebrities and entertainers and businessmen, to all the way to you 2/3 Jakes that are on the street and trying to thug and robbing and stealing and selling dope and doing all manner of evil and don't want to hear this word. It's just going to be dead bodies all over the floor because the time that we're coming into. And what time is that? Let's go to Jeremiah. We're going to stay in Jeremiah. What time is that we're coming into? Jeremiah 30:7. And it reads, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. This is the time that we're coming into. Is none like the time that we're coming into. You just can't compare this to any time. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is he shall be saved out of it? It's the elect of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. There is an elect amongst those tribes. There's a remnant, a group of people that are going to be saved out of this time that's come, because the time that we're coming into, you're going to have, it's just pure evilness coming. You know, I was just from the elder from the LA camp. He put that movie out, a quick clip of that American Blackout. You know, you can check it out too. It's on VMO, I think it is, and you got clips of it on YouTube. But it just shows you in this time that's coming, because we're gonna run into blackouts. No power in the nighttime. There's no, you're trying to turn on your front porch light, or trying to turn on your front door light, trying to turn on, go to sleep with the lights on. We're going to, the time that's coming, we're going to be in darkness. There's no food. There's no water, very little food, very little water. And you better not in that time have some food, and people that are starving and hungry on the streets, they're going to rob you and kill you and eat you. And you also going to have Esau with his devices and his military and all these detention centers set up and these camps, forcing you to take that charagma. Because that's what's coming, is that charagma. It's that Jacob's trouble, that charagma, and that World War III. But in this Jacob's trouble is also going to be, it's going to be that charagma, that CHIP, where the time is going to be rough. You're going to be tempted, and Esau and them going to have you and your family, on how they got it set up. It's going to be so much trouble. They're going to be trying to get you Jakes to come into the camp. We got food, we got water, the lights are off, just come on in. And Jake is so simple, and put you in these camps, and then force you to take that CHIP, and then end up if you refuse it or think that you're going to rebel and get out of that camp, they're going to end up torturing you and if you got a family, you and your kids. That's why the Lord said, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You see, but he shall be saved out of it. There's not a time like this that we're coming into. And see, I see a lot of people, that's all, comfortable, living their best life. That you're not understanding what the Lord is saying. There is none like it. The day that the time that we're coming into, we've, and especially you Americans, you Babylonians, you've never, there hasn't been no hardship in this country. Where you got to go days without no power, days without no water, very little food, and that's what it's coming to. And that's what it's coming to. But you also gonna have, Esau that's, that got these camps set up, and they gonna take you Jakes out. Because Jake got family, and in the midst of this chaos, they're going to get people to come into these detention centers, and they're going to take Esau going to take full advantage of you. And this is why the Lord said, and he shall be saved out of it. But he shall be saved out of it. Because the Lord he's going to deliver his elect. So let's go over to, we're going to hop a couple over. We're going to go to Jeremiah 32 and 36. And it reads, 30, we'll go 30, 32 and 35. It says, and they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. See, this is in the time of Jeremiah, like I said, in Jerusalem, and Israel was going off, sacrificing their kids to other gods. And just like today, you dress your kids up for Halloween, you dress your kids up for Christmas, you dress your kids up for Thanksgiving, all these different false god holidays, these pagan holidays, sacrificing your kids, making them eat pork and shrimp and crab and, participate in all this old folly. You're passing your kids through the fire and you don't want to hear the word. That they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. Salakia, which I commanded them not, neither came into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. 36. And now therefore, thus said YAHAWAHSHI, the God of Israel, concerning this city. What city? Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before a place, whereof ye say it shall be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon, by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence. And that's what we're facing right now. The sword, the famine, and pestilence. That's what we're facing right now. So let's go over to, we're going to go over to Jeremiah 52. I'm going to close out with this. Actually, we'll go to, and this is, you want to have mercy from the Lord, man. You want to have mercy from the Lord. But what did Jeremiah say? Jeremiah 17:17, and it reads, be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. And this is the time that we're coming into, the day of evil. Jeremiah said, be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. There is absolutely nothing going to save you except the Lord. And all these people that's trying to prep, that's trying to, stack their gold and money and cash and, fuel and stuff like that. Hey, that's not going to save you in this time. You're going to have too many stumbling blocks that the Lord is going to have in front of people in this time. Too many. So let's go to, and that day of evil is just people going to be getting burned alive. Kids are going to be getting electrocuted, body parts chopped up, eaten, women raped, little girls raped. It's in the day of evil. Darkness, consistent darkness. Going forward, you got to deal with the elements, the heat, the cold. Some people might be on the run in the winter. That's why the Lord said, pray not my flight be in the winter. You might be in the winter in the dead smack of the cold and got to run for your life. See, this is the day of evil, that Jacob's trouble that's coming, a time of trouble. So let's go to Jeremiah 52. I'm gonna close out with this. And this is Nebuchadnezzar and that Zedekiah. The Zedekiah didn't listen and understand that, and he did wickedness in front of in the Lord's eyes, just like the rest of our kings did too. They went off and committed idolatry. You see, King David's the only one who didn't commit idolatry. He committed adultery. But King David went off. Every time King David went off, he repented. He had to pay for that. You see, for what he did. But he reigned well. But this is Zedekiah, not listening. And he's been warned. That Jeremiah had warned him. But it says, we'll go Jeremiah 52. It's 52 and 2, and it says, and he did that which was evil in the eyes of YAHAWAHSHI according to all that Jehoiakim had done. 3, for through the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah till he had cast them out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. You see, he didn't want to submit. This is through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI. You can't go against YAHAWAHSHI. And see, and that's what's gonna happen with Jake. Jake gonna try to, when it's time that come, they gonna try to kick up dust with Esau, and their military and their troops and stuff like that. And and if the Lord ain't with you, you gonna be done away with. 4, and it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, and he and all his army against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and built forts against it round about. You see, they surrounded Jerusalem. And like I said, Jerusalem is a people before a place. And this is what Esau's doing right now. He's building his tent. He's pitching his tent right now round about Jerusalem. And Jake don't even realize this. 5, so the city was besieged unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. You see, Zedekiah came in and the city is surrounded. And Zedekiah is prideful, just like Jake. Jake is prideful. You try to tell them, on what's coming, on what the Lord is about to bring, and Jake think he gonna shoot his way out of it, or whoop somebody, or call, Jake think he can call EJ and Stockloke, or somebody, somebody, trying to call his boys, and you're not gonna save you, because this is through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI. He's bringing this terror, man, amongst 2/3 of his people, amongst 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. 6, and in the 4th month, in the 9th day of the month, the famine was sore in the city. See, and that's what's finna happen. That's exactly what's finna happen. You see, as time went on, the famine came, and the Lord told you he's bringing famine, pestilence, and destruction. He told you that. You will be consumed by the sword. And this is what's finna come in these coming days, that the famine is going to get sore. See, it's okay right now, and you're still able to go get your food and order your food and hang out at the bar and go to the restaurants and stuff. You're able to do that, but the famine is about to be sore in a minute. It's going to be real sore. So that there was no bread for the people of the land. It says, It says 8. We'll hop to 8. But the army of the Chaldeans pursued after the king and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho, and all his army was scattered from him. See, they end up getting to Zedekiah. See, and this goes to you Jakes that think that you continue to do wickedness and you just gonna continue to go on. The Lord, the Lord is gonna catch up with you. You can't run from him, man. There's no other way around this. They caught up with Zedekiah, and they got his family. 9. They took the king and carried him up unto the king of Babylon to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him. 10. And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. And that's what we're trying to tell you. See, this is the king, one of the kings of Israel, and they caught up to him and they killed his sons right before his eyes. And that's what Esau and them is about to do to 2/3 of you, Jake, especially if you got family. They're cutting off this food and water supply, and it's gonna be chaos with that Jacob's trouble, and you're gonna be caught up. You're gonna be consumed by the famine. You're gonna end up getting caught up by these detention centers. All these stumbling blocks. Ain't nowhere to run. Ain't nowhere to run. And Zedekiah got his kids killed right in front of his face. And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. He slew also all the princes of Judah and Riblah. Nebuchadnezzar just killed all of Zedekiah and his army. Killed them. No mercy. 11. Then he put out the eyes of Zedekiah. They put his eyes out. You see, so they caught him, and then they caught King Zedekiah. They caught up with him, and then they killed his sons and killed his men. That's in his cabinet. And then after that, they cut his eyes out. And see, this is just the terror and the evilness that the Lord is bringing in this time to those that didn't want to listen and do thus saith the Lord. They caught King Zedekiah and caught up with him and killed his sons right before him. He watched it. And then after that, they cut his eyes out. So that's the last thing he's seen. Then he put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and the king of Babylon bound him in chains and carried him to Babylon and put him in prison to the day of his death. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. See, the Lord ain't playing no games. See, these are examples for you Jakes to wake up, but you Jakes don't want to listen. You don't want to hear this. So in the time of their trouble, the Lord is going to be evil. He's going to be really evil, and we're already starting to see this going forward. The famine and the pestilence, they're going hand in hand right now. There's just no way to get around this. Ain't no way to get around this. You need the Lord. You need YAHAWAHSHI. So, and that's what's gonna happen to a lot of you Jays. You're gonna 2/3 of you're gonna die by the famine, and then you got a family. You're gonna get caught up in these places, and get caught in a stumbling block, and you're gonna see your kids get tortured right before your face because you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to do thus said the Lord. So, But Spirit hopped on me. Um, Hopefully you're edified. Uh, I don't want Ratazar to come back with another lesson, but I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah Kwadash. Shalom, Israel.